Mr. Vaibhav Shah. He is Managing Director at Automated Precision Inc. for the Asia Pacific, India, and UAE region. He possesses almost 2 decades of experience in the dimensional metrology industry. Presently, he is responsible to build a strong base and network for the brand API. He is leading Indian team to provide products and customized solution in calibration field for industries like aerospace, automotive energy, and defense. Today, Mr. Weber will talk about how to choose your right calibration partner. Let's welcome Mr. Weber.
I think the topic, what I really want to focus on is how to choose your right calibration partner, whether you want to calibrate your machine tools or whether you want to calibrate robots or your CMMs. Now, very basic, a lot of people might have a question, why do we need to calibrate in the first place? We bought a very expensive CNC machine, or we are maintaining the machine in a very nice manner. Do we really need to calibrate? So that's the fundamental question that comes to everyone's mind. A lot of people do calibrate their machines, and lots of customers do not. So why is it so important? I think most of the other panelists mentioned about machining being a very critical process going forward. The machines itself will become more intelligent. There would be artificial intelligence from machine that we will be expecting, and they would either have their own gauging system to correct themselves. But if we look at what we have today, the machines that we see around us, all these different hundreds of brands of CNC machines that we see, or robots or CMMs, the biggest challenge that we have is that today, when you bought the machine, you have all the reports and everything about it, that it was 5 micron per meter, or the positional accuracy was 1 micron. All that was committed to you, or maybe proven to you using a block on which you actually cut 2 holes and measured the center distance, did the NAS test, or whatever way you accepted that machine. Once you started manufacturing or started cutting, the next day onwards, what's happening with the machine in terms of its positional accuracy, its repeatability, and its geometrical accuracy is something beyond anybody's control. Nobody can control that, neither the OEM, neither you, nor your operator. It all depends on the kind of tools that you use, what kind of stresses are induced. And obviously, this is all metal. So eventually there is wear and tear. After a period of time, it would lose its accuracy. We don't know that time. So depending on different brands, different, the cost of the equipment or CNC machine that you have, it would vary in terms of its quality or its reliability. But still, there is a definite question mark that you have today after 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years of use of the machine, that where do you stand? Where does that machine stand today? So here, if you have these 4 components, which have the tolerance required of 15 micron, 60 micron, 30 micron, 15 micron respectively, you're currently using these 4 machines, A, B, C, D, for manufacturing them. You're facing some challenges with respect to your inaccuracies. You are reworking or doing some setting change in your offsets, tool offsets, or part programs, and you're somehow borderline managing to get the desired output. On the other hand, if you knew after calibration that where was my A machine standing today, and that has a positional accuracy of 25 micron, I would get a much better picture which job should go on what machine. So if I know that my second machine is 15 micron, the third one is 20 micron, and the fourth one is 10 micron, I would not choose a 50 micron part on that 10 micron machine. Of course, the assumption here is that these are all similar type of machines, all are capable to do all of these jobs. However, we would select the right machine with the right accuracy requirement of the part. This can only happen if you have complete understanding of the geometrical accuracy of the machines, and you have complete understanding of the positional accuracy of the machine, as well as the repeatability. So Um, Before we move forward, it's very important to also understand what is the 6 degree of freedom that we need to talk about. So it's not just the x-axis moving from 0 to 100 or 0 to 500 or within that stroke for what you need. You might have a small part and a large machine, but it still doesn't really matter because you're just having a global error as well as the local error. So the 6 degree of freedom mainly means that when you're moving the machine from 0 to whatever direction in a particular axis, you have its linear displacement, you have its vertical straightness, your horizontal straightness, and your pitch, yaw, and roll. So this comprises of the total 6 degree of freedom of one axis, then of the second and of the third. So it's total 18 errors. Then you have the squarenesses, which are your x and y, your y and z, and your z and x. So when you have all these three put together, plus those 18, it makes it 21 degree of freedom or 21 error parameters. So our system with which what we try and calibrate is these 21 error parameters. So let's understand very quickly what are these 6 dogs.
Straightness, flatness, roll, pitch, and yaw. We will use this graphic to help you visualize each of these errors. Straightness is typically defined as a deviation from the true line of travel perpendicular to the direction of travel in the horizontal plane. If you are looking down on the stage from above and parallel to the direction of travel, this appears as deviation to the left and right as the stage moves through its travel. Flatness can also be called vertical straightness. Similar to straightness, flatness is defined as the deviation from the true line of travel perpendicular to the direction of travel in the vertical plane. If you look at the stage from the side, this would appear as deviation up and down as the stage moves through its travel. In addition to straightness and flatness, there are 3 types of angular errors that a stage will exhibit: roll, pitch, and yaw define rotations about a 3-axis coordinate system. Roll is a rotation around an axis in the horizontal plane parallel to the direction of travel. Pitch is a rotation around an axis in the horizontal plane perpendicular to the direction of travel. Yaw is a rotation around an axis in the vertical plane perpendicular to the direction of travel. Each of these geometric motions is measured using precision equipment on the moving tabletop. As the stage moves through its travel, the variation in each angular direction is measured.
So we're talking about measuring all of this. Now, obviously, once you measure all these parameters, certain things you can compensate. You can compensate certain errors which are related to your ball screw, which we normally call as pitch errors. And this can be directly compensated into your controller. The backlashes can be compensated. A lot of servo mismatches can be compensated. The spikes of reversal of your machine axis reversal can be compensated. So there is several items that we can compensate straight electronically and improve your machine's accuracy significantly. But there are geometrical errors which apparently cannot be directly compensated, and there are methods to compensate those errors through the mechanical adjustments. So coming to the 7 key reasons why you need to calibrate this machine is: first, acceptance testing. It would allow you to accept or reject the particular part onto that particular machine. So it's an assignment. Next is obviously preventive maintenance. You have several number of machines with different age, different type, different make, different size. All of this can be very quickly, very neatly addressed. All that can be measured and documented, and at the same time, at every periodic frequency, can be recalibrated. The certification many times is very important. A lot of clients today in a global environment require certification of your machine tool. So if you have a CNC machine, it needs to be calibrated. So there's a need from your supplier or from your OEM. So that's one of the also important reason. Your limitations. So there are machine accuracy limitations which we need to understand. It's a very wrong assumption that a machine would exhibit a certain level of accuracy just because you committed that accuracy when you purchased it. So over a period of time, whatever loss of accuracy, it's very important to understand where your limitations are. it can help you in improving the older machines' performance. So when you see that there are 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 10-year-old machines, they're working very well, but you yourself know that they're 10-year-old, so you're just kind of putting a roughing job on it, or maybe a part which does not require too much of accuracy. This all can be corrected. The older the machine is, obviously there are geometrical issues with that machine, but then that all can be corrected. You can replace the ball screws, you can replace the guides, you can replace the electronics, you can replace the controller. There's a lot of things that you can do in order to still bring out what you want from those old machines. Ultimately, it's the reduction in the wastage. So if you know today that your machine where it stands, you're not going to choose a wrong part on it, and that would eventually help you in lesser rejections. Ultimately, that's the goal that everyone has, more and more accuracy. If it's 10 micron, we want 1 micron. If it's 1 micron, we want 0.1 micron. If it's 0.1 micron, we need 10 nanometers, and that's where we are going. So this is a direction where maintaining and calibrating your CNC machines or your robots or your CMMs can all jointly help you. So I have a quick demonstration now, just for a minute, explaining exactly how we are doing this.
We've all been there. Every machinist's frustration. Your machine is giving you nothing but out of spec, unusable parts. So what's the best way to ensure that your CNC is properly aligned? Introducing Automated Precision's XD Laser, a precision laser measurement system for machine tools. The XD Laser is a fast and accurate tool capable of measuring all 6 degrees of freedom on your machine simultaneously. Its compact design and ease of setup maximizes the measurement area in your machine and allows it to fit in one small travel case. The XD Laser is a flexible tool capable of measuring milling machines, lathes, laser cutters, drills, grinders, router machines, and much more. The XD Laser is available in 4 different models dependent on your measurement needs. The XD1 measures the position of your machine. The XD3 measures straightness. The XD5 measures pitch and yaw, while the XD6 measures roll. For the purpose of today's demonstration, we will be measuring the x-axis of a Haas VF5 XT. Using the magnetic base, mount the XD on the bed of the machine. The sensor should be mounted into the spindle of the machine. Next, mount the weather sensor to account for environmental variance throughout the measurement. Now, align the XD so that the laser beam reflects in the sensor on the other side. You are now ready to begin the calibration process. The XD Laser can calibrate your machine 4 times faster than standard methods, and the accuracy of its measurements is traceable to the National Institute of Standards of Technology. And with API's worldwide support team, you have help you can depend on everywhere in the world. After measurements is complete, API's IntelliComp software easily formats your compensation files to painlessly upload onto your CNC. As you can see, API's XD Laser is a one-of-a-kind measurement device to measure the health of your machine tool. Its convenient and quick setup saves time and money. In just a few hours, one person can fully measure all of the axes of your CNC and bring it back to the OEMs.
So I hope that's completely clear. You could hear the audio and video. Coming to the Industry 4.0, we do have a solution again for the robot-based vision to reality measurement. This is something that with which you can give vision to a robotic system, whether you attach drilling or welding or anything to it. You can actually mark and completely guide the position of the robot in a much higher accuracy. And that way you can have a closed loop manufacturing. Ultimately, as I mentioned before, we also can do the robot performance solution, and that's where it's very equally important that as we talk about machine tools, we talk about the robots, because they are everywhere and in every which field. That's the next thing that we see. And we have complete solution today in order to how do we calibrate them, the software, hardware, which way we need to get an ISO 9283 base calibration. So overall, if you have any requirements in future, or you come across anything that you have queries regarding your CNC machines or your performance, or you want to improve the performance of your machines, you can always communicate back with us, and of course with the OEM update team, and that's all.